Welcome back to the channel. My name is Desmond. I make content about tech and travel gear, and oftentimes I get to check out some of the coolest and newest bags from different brands. This right here is from a company called Oleada. This is their Anyduffle. Let's get right into it. Now I'm all dressed for a weekend out, so I wanted to quickly hop on camera and talk about the Oleada Anyduffle. This is the bag I will be using all weekend. And before we jump into the bag itself, let's actually talk about the brand Oleada, which is the sponsor of this video. Now their motto is born in New York, built for anywhere. And the nice thing about it is the design language, the build of all this is focused around being tough, adaptable, and pretty much versatile for any type of use case. I grew up in the East Coast. I spent a lot of time in New York and Boston, and I get it. Sometimes it's sunny out. Next thing you know, there's a polar vortex, it's snowing, it's raining, and there's a lot of things going on. So having a bag that's pretty versatile to both use cases and to weather and conditions is important for anyone watching this channel, especially a lot of you that are looking at this for travel and everyday use. Now let's start talking about the bag. This is a pretty standard duffel style. I got the regular size. So there is a large travel size. There's this regular size, which is a real good combination of weekender and daily use. And then there's a smaller city size, which is probably more suited for like standard day-to-day work stuff. But all three sizes are built relatively the same other than the capacity. First of all, the material they use is a pretty high quality nylon, and this is a special eco-friendly nylon. It's coated with this tech layer that really improves the waterproofing and just overall durability of the bag. The big thing about this is right now it's a singular colorway. So you've got this kind of nice unisex looking beige. The design is also built that way. So myself, my wife, anyone could pick this up. It would look great. It would be highly functional and you could use it for basically anything. Now this nylon material, it's pretty similar to some of the other bags, backpacks, and things I've tested before that are built for travel because this is very scratch resistant. It is crease free. So for me, sometimes when I travel, I pack this into a suitcase, or I like to just crinkle this up when I don't need it in transit. And then this type of nylon is essentially stain free. And then you'll also notice that we have weather sealed zippers, which is what I always want on my bags because you get caught in the rain, you could get caught in the snow, but for any particular reason, you just want everything inside to be safe from the elements. And I mentioned those three different sizes. Let's talk about the dimensions of the regular. It's 7.5 by 16.5 by 11.4. You can hold roughly about a 16-inch laptop in here, as well as sneakers, clothes, camera gear, everything you need. For me, it's usually a laptop, my cameras, and maybe a hoodie, a pair of pants, something I need for a weekend, or if I'm going to the gym, it's headphones, it's towels, it's just additional things. This size is perfect for my travel and my daily needs. I rarely bring anything as large as their travel version, which is pretty much a full-size weekender. And just for size reference, I am 5'10", about 165 pounds. This is what the bag looks like on me. So when I'm carrying this around the city, through an airport, this is essentially the proportions that I am working with, which I think are great. Because this bag is made out of that really lightweight nylon, it's very light already. So it's about 2 pounds empty with all of the additional straps. So you can see here, I have a shoulder strap. This is what they call their AnyWear link. It's the shoulder strap and it's the handles that attach to the bag. So you have 3 ways to carry this. I personally love a good shoulder carry as well as, handles right here. When I'm moving through an airport, quick maneuverability, this is really nice. Moving through a city, I like to carry a lot of things shoulder style now. Really depends on your taste and style. I personally don't enjoy doing crossbody, especially if I'm wearing a blazer or a jacket. If I'm going to work, I just like something very clean like this. It's very easy to take off, put on. I like this setup. And of course, if you don't, both of these handle options are removable. Like I mentioned, their AnyLink system lets you just pop these off. And before we get into the contents of the bag, I will just show you that it also comes with a shoulder strap. So you can do classic crossbody carry. Of course, these click right into place, letting you carry this over your shoulders. Now let's start running through the components of the bag. Like I mentioned, any link straps, hand carry, shoulder carry, and the strap inside for crossbody carry. What you'll also see here on the side that I really like is this adjustable system here. So you can make this longer or shorter to compress the bag to give it a different look, or again, if you are traveling, compress it into place so you can pack it away really easily. Same goes for this side. It's actually really quite nice. One thing that you will notice that I enjoy is you've got this outside pocket, but I've also got a custom monogram here. Oleada does do customization, so they can put together a nice monogram that you can slide right into place. But that is just a very cool personalization option. And over on this side, you're gonna see some pretty minimal branding. We've got Oleada right here in this little leather patch. Inside is actually a pocket. So the depth of the pocket, I've got my iPhone 16 Pro Max here just for testing, goes mostly the depth. I would say passport, wallet, this is probably where I would put that if I was traveling, and then I would carry it with the logo facing in so no one has access to my passport or important documents. I always enjoy a compartment like this on any of my travel bags. Makes life a lot easier when you're moving through customs, moving through an airport. You can just quickly grab your things, but you know while you're in transit, it's relatively safe because it's close to the body. And then back on this side of the bag where my initials are, we have a pocket here. The good thing about this pocket, like some of my favorite features from other bags, is yes, it's relatively deep, it's very useful, you can toss things in it. But if you look at the bottom, we have another weather sealed zipper, and that turns this into a luggage pass-through. It's critical for any of the bags that I test or review or use. It has to have a luggage pass-through because I always travel with a carry-on suitcase. And being able to pop this on top is one of the most important elements for me. And since we're looking at the bottom of the bag, you're gonna see a couple of vegan leather patches here just for additional grip and like the tiniest amount of clearance from the ground when you place this down on the floor or wherever you place it down. Here's the other thing I'll call out that you'll notice is empty. The bag is relatively floppy. I personally like that aesthetic when it comes to these types of bags. If it's not full, I want it to be pretty malleable so that when I'm carrying it over my shoulders, it doesn't look too large or puffed out. Depends again on your use case. For daily use, I'm not carrying too much stuff. So I like that the bag actually conforms to what's inside versus being always too structured and too large and potentially too bulbous, for lack of a better word. So it is a very soft type of structure. Let's open up the main compartment. There is only one main zipper. Inside, hopefully you can see we have an all black nylon interior, which I guess is fine. The outside of the bag is a light beige. I personally like a lighter interior because a lot of the stuff I carry is black. So if I throw a black phone into a black pit like this, I'm not going to find it as easily, but that's totally fine. And it really depends on personal preference. But inside here, you're gonna find a lot of different organization, different flaps and pouches. It's, again, it's a duffel bag style, so don't expect a lot of like tiny interior pockets like a tech backpack. We've of course got a side pocket here for your MacBook or your laptop, which again, like I mentioned, fits up to 16 inches. We've got a pretty just large open space here. And then we have an additional zipper pocket on the inside. I've got my strap for shoulder carry. And nice thing that did include was a attachable little card holder wallet in their, I'd say, signature red. It's this beige and red that kind of gives them their pop of color, and that's a bit of their design language right there, which is cool. Came with a little bag tag, bag charm, is that what they're called? I don't know, it's not a luggage tag, can't put any information on here, but it's nice. One thing that I didn't even notice at first, because black interior, which is fine, is there's a hidden water bottle pocket. So for the inside, that's where you can put your water bottle. Like I mentioned, this thing is designed for anywhere. When I travel, I bring an empty water bottle. After I get through security, I fill that up with water or juice, whatever I need for a flight. And when I'm in a new city, I always bring a water bottle with me. The other thing that's helpful is if you go to the gym and you use this as a gym bag, which you can, water bottle holds in here. It looks pretty large. I can fit my 32-ounce hydro flask, that relatively big one, in this spot because this water bottle holder is elastic and there's a good amount of space inside this duffel bag. So overall, in terms of interior organization, even for something that's designed like a duffel bag, which historically is just a large cavernous hole, there's a good amount of organization in here. Like I mentioned, padded laptop pocket. We've got the big mesh zippers, water bottle holder, included card holder with leash, which is great. And of course, throw an air tag in here somewhere. You'll probably never find it again, but you know that you'll find your bag. And overall, those are the features of this bag. I'd say the biggest value prop is that this is designed for anywhere. If you are going to the office, in all honesty, I actually would not mind using this for work. I think it looks great. Like I mentioned, because the material is more malleable and less structured, if I'm just carrying a laptop and my tech gear and cables and other things like that, generally speaking, the size of this bag looks great. It's not too bulbous. It doesn't look like a massive gym bag that I'm taking into a conference room or to a conference or an office at all. And because of the size and then versatility of the carry options, this is a solid bag for travel, for day-to-day use. How I would likely use this is as a travel and then a day bag through a new city. So I would fill this up with everything that I need for my flight, throw this onto my suitcase, throw it under the seat, and then when I get to my city, I'd empty everything out. And this is probably what I take around the new city, especially if I'm going to be shopping, picking up souvenirs, or just taking my camera gear with me to explore somewhere new. I like this as an option over a backpack. It's just a design choice for me, but I like shoulder carry bags more. So if I'm making my way through a city, I've got my camera gear in here, I've got my power banks, my passport, all the things that I need. And if I do any souvenir shopping, this again is going to be perfect because I can throw everything in here and I just keep track of this single bag. So overall, this is the Oleada Anyduffle. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using it all weekend, running some errands, doing some things with the kids. Really anything and everything should be able to fit in here, including my camera gear and all the stuff, the snacks, the things that the kids need. And I can toss this into the trunk, carry it around wherever we're going. And that is the Oleada Anyduffle. If you're interested in the bag, feel free to purchase with the link below. You actually get an exclusive gift with purchase. It's one of their AnyWear caps. So feel free to check it out. I'm going to leave links and discount code in the description below. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. I will catch y'all in the next one.